We got a new one here, a Honda 216, HRR216 self-propel, and the owner has looked after it really well. He changes his own oil. He even uses what do you call it? Aviation oil in there, and premium fuel, no ethanol. But what's going on is the drive, which makes me a little bit nervous, but just because drives can be expensive. Now, I did have a quick look underneath first, but it rolls along fine in the forward position, right? But something's tightened up and it won't even go backwards without the bail closed, right? So I'm hoping it's not the transmission. He said that he had this condition for a while, and somebody tried to change the belt about a year ago or two. I know how times go, so it's probably been 2 years. And he brought it to me during the dry time so that we have a little time to work on it. So I'm just going to get it on its side for a few minutes and we're going to check it out. Right here. So what I'm looking for right now is just tight belts or issues. Now I would think, oh, it's got the double blade system, eh? Can you see that? And listen, it's about a G. Ding, 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 ding. Okay. I don't quite know where to start. I guess taking off the covers. This is a quality mower, guys. They don't make them like this anymore. So it looks like we got a 10 mil there, a 10 mil there, a 10 mil from the outside, and probably a 10 mil from back here somewhere. Right there. So I'm going to go get my ratcheting ratchet. So let's just start to get them. I think 3/8. And I'm taking advice of my subscribers. I'm using the electric impact for more and more. It's a lot easier. That one might not come. Right there. So we'll use this. So I'm going to just take off some covers and we'll come back. So this was put on this was built in the days of metal. He says to me that this mower is 16 years old. All right, what I've done was I've taken all the tension off the transmission cable. So now it should be able to be pulled backwards, you would think. There's no tension on that. Let's just pick up our little mess. It's a nice mower. I hope we don't have to spend too much money on it. Okay, it still is stuck in gear. Alright guys, moving mechanical parts on Hondas are so well made, I am just going to poke around in here just to see if it's a bushing issue or something like that. So and this might not help, I might have to take it apart. That's pretty tight. I'm just going to take that cap off there again, off the wheel. going to take this gear off the top and see if we can get at the bushings. Wrong ones. I'm lining these parts up. Sorry guys. I've taken the drive wheel off of here. And I'm just going to try and get some oil down into here. It just might, I don't know. This is just before you spend money, right? Looks like there's 2 bolts holding this assembly in and probably the same down here. So let's do this. They look like 12s to me. And then we're going to go this way. Tight. Good. We'll do the other one. So I'm going to just keep taking stuff off until we get this transmission out of here. I want to see if it's catching or if it's something else. Okay, that should come now. Whoa, that's bright. No more bolts left. Okay, this is the sequence of events of disassembly. And they say that these plastic bushings are grabby. Now that is this was the left side and this is the right side, exactly the same procedure. I'm laying everything out so you don't get a split ring on top or behind a bearing, right? And there's one of these plastic bushings that's not coming out, right here. So now I'm just trying to get that bushing out of there. So walk this way. We will take a hammer and some persuasion tools. And I want to get that bushing out of there. Right there. Can you see? Not really. So I'm just wanting to get that out. It might just be so simple as a job as like this. I doubt it. No. The other one popped right out. But I did, you know what? I did loosen the wheel assembly. So let me play with this for a bit, and when I find out how I get this last bushing out, I'll let you know. Now there's 2 bolts, they're back inside there, but I don't really know if I have to do that. Well, I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I don't quite have the solution to get that out of there, but I can do this. And I can sand this shaft right here. But geez, I want to get that out of there. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to turn you off and get the 12-inch wrench and just take this cap off. Okay, and then that should just undo from there. And then this one is just a Z bend with a Phillips. Yes, this is just, I need a pair of needle nose. One more trip with these old knees, man. Oh. Needle nose, where are you? There we go, that's all it was. Now this is just a Phillips. Are you watching? I might have to take the pulley off. I don't want to do that though. I think if I undo this I can have access to that Z-bend. Okay, I've finally got frustrated and I drained the oil and the gas out of this mower so I can do this. My knees can't take any more of that kneeling down. So on all of the gears, including the ratchet gear, on both sides, that's one side, that's the other, I cleaned them up and they look really good. So now I'm just going to sandpaper the shaft on the transmission, both sides. That side there, and that side there. I can do it from inside or outside. I can even take it right out. It just pops out now. And then I'm going to put everything back together again very carefully. The shaft, I can rotate it back and forth now. See, forward and back. That's forward. And that's back. So it should go back together. I'm just going to do some sandpaper on here. Start rough, probably 200 up to 400. And then I'm going to make sure that these springs are greased in here so that they operate properly. And the little cogs that go on those go on like this. See that? See that? Gotta find that. So I'll be back after I do the sanding. I almost think you guys can see that. Okay, I'm going to start with 220 just to see how it feels. The shaft is in good shape. So I'm just doing it because there is a Honda bulletin on this, if you can believe it, but this mower is 16 years old. So it's not gonna get any bulletins. Bring it out like that, I'll show you. And I'm just gonna do the other side. And that's the rough one. All right, we're reinstalling the transmission, or whatever you want to call it. It's a 3-speed rear end. And these are the Teflon bushings that just shove back onto the axle like that. See that? And now we're just going to work our way backwards. I'm going to take up, let's just do this right now so that you guys can get a parts view of what's going on here. All right, guys. The collar up against the Teflon edge. The thrust washer. We'll put this on anyway. I think it can come off either way. And then the split ring. So maybe we can do that with you watching. I don't know. I don't know how many hands I got. I need a hand coming out of my forehead. So all I'm doing is cleaning everything and putting it back together again. Like that. Okay, so I think we got one side of this goes like that. A little bit of grease on the spring and in the groove. Right? And I think this goes in like that. with the curve down. We'll try that first. Alright, it wants to come out because there's a spring there. And then I don't know which way the ratchet goes. This is the ratchet. So we just have to use our heads. So that we just have to make sure that it rolls forward. Okay, so I think that's the forward roll and that's the backwards roll. Okay, on this one you can actually see where the wheel was, where the gears from the wheel stopped, and then there's kind of like no wear at all. So that's how I figured it out, because the wheel's on the outside here. So you've got collar, thrust washer, lock, what do you like one of these, and then a kind of a race, the ratchet, the race, and then this. Oh, did you guys get that? It just goes on there like that. And it works just like a ratchet. Now the tire. And we have axle movement both directions. Okay. So we take that off. See how that just sits in the spring like that? I don't know if you guys can actually see that or not. Right. Oh yeah, you can see that. Oh, it's gonna fall. Oh, that's okay. Now we put this on. The ratchet into the spring. Hopefully the spring is still there. Yes, it is. After all that, eh? And then the ratchet with the wear parts out, and then the lock, and then the tire. Good. Blades on. I just have to put this cover in. And what else we got to stick on? Oh, just one more cover. So we're there. Okay. You watching? We don't know. Okay. Start her up. Choke. First gear. No. Nothing.